home of Chronicles. It's Aniekeme, as always. I'm here in New Jersey again, but somewhere else in New Jersey, and I'm talking to Essie of Essie Spice.
Essie Spice is a spice and sauce company. I started it in 2013. What we do is we make sauces and condiments that have African spices in them, but also with world flavors. My name is Essie. I make Essie Spice. I was born in Ghana and I moved here when I was 18. I have been cooking since I was 8, and I love to tell stories through food.
Oh, that's awesome. I've actually never heard anyone say that before. You know, people say I tell stories through art, through music, but through food. That's interesting.
Absolutely.
So you said you moved here when you were 18. What has your path been from when you moved here to now with Essie Spice and everything?
So I moved here when I was 18. I came for college. I had a degree. I went to school for international business and management with a minor in French. I also studied in France, in Cannes. So for me, my path was already set. I was going to go to school for management or working in a global company, and so that's what I did from graduating college and then moving up the ranks through different companies. So I worked in global procurement for almost 9 years, and then after that I decided, you know, just give Essie Spice a chance, because I was working on Essie Spice in tandem with working full-time, but I realized that the pull to Essie Spice was much greater than working in corporate, and I saw that there was a gap in the market for my voice and what I was trying to say. So that's why I did that full-time since November of 2015.
How was it when you made that decision? Because it's a big decision.
Absolutely.
You know, the security of having a job, you lose that when you decide to invest 100%, 1,000% into like your personal business. So for number one, like how was that feeling, and how, if it was fear, like how did you overcome it and all of that? And then the second thing, I would like you to talk about some of the things that have happened within the past 6 months. You said it's been really exciting. I know some of them, but I'd like you to talk about that.
Listen, it's not the easiest thing. I'm not gonna lie to anybody, and I tell people, because I think even when I was working, I had this one guy that kept saying, "Why don't you just quit? This is so good. Why don't you just quit?" Don't tell people to do that. It's not the right advice to give to anyone. Everyone is going to do what they need to do at the time when it's comfortable for them to do it. For me, it wasn't comfortable. The rug was literally pulled from under me. I lost my job. I was miserable in that new job. I was making a ton of money, but I was miserable. And so when they actually called and said, you know, this is not working, we don't think, you know, we can move forward, etc., that initial minute when it happened, I was obviously like, oh my God, I was shocked. I wasn't expecting it. But like 5 minutes later, I sat down and I'm like, this is like the most relief I have felt in so long. I felt literally like somebody had lifted a burden off my shoulders. And so at that time I said, I can't even be of use in this company if I'm so miserable. I'm not doing my best work. I was so miserable there. And so I was happy it happened. And then at that time I said, what am I going to do now? I've always said if I get the chance I would really push to work on Essie Spice, but there was never a time, there was never that sweet spot for me to say, okay, now I'm done, I'm going to do it. I felt like this was my chance to do it. And then if I give it 6 months and it doesn't work out, then I take the other offers that are coming in, because I have a pretty good resume for my corporate, you know, jobs. So I'm never out of work. I always have jobs that are banging on my door asking for, you know, for me to work. So I knew that that was never going to be a problem. It's just give this one a chance. If it doesn't work, you can always go back.
So having that security helped.
It does, and also having unemployment, that helps. So you know, the government helps a little bit for a certain amount of time. And then of course, you know, having family that will support you and, you know, say, okay, if you can't do this, I'll help you with that. You know, if you need groceries, I'll get you groceries, that kind of thing. That helps, but definitely it takes a toll on you. And for me, the thing is, Essie Spice is very capital intensive. There's a lot of capital that needs to go into it, and so people see, oh, but how much money do you need? You know, it's a lot of money that you need. And so most of my 401k, most of my savings, everything has gone to Essie Spice, but it's because I believe in it so much. You know, it's like having, you know, what do you call it, some stock, and you're like, this stock is gonna do well, let's put all the money on it right now. So that's what I've done. I've put all the money to it because I know that it's gonna do well. But yeah, so that's how I knew that, you know, it was time to do that. Now the things that have happened since then, I've been able to meet with stores and have meetings, because in the past the stores would ask to meet you, right? But then that's when you're working. That's your working hours too.
I see.
And so you wouldn't be able to meet them. But they don't want to meet on the weekends. They're also off on the weekends. And so those meetings never happened. And now I had the time to go and meet them during their work hours, during the week. So then I was able to meet with more stores. The other thing that happened was I was able to meet with other investors that wanted to talk to me during the week when I would have been at work. So then now there's traction there. The other thing is, another investor that really helped me with going to Dartmouth, with a scholarship to go to Dartmouth for a course on high-performing businesses, I wouldn't have even met with him, because most of the time during the week I don't do any meetings, because people want to meet you during in New York, in the city. The next day you have work at like 6 a.m. and I have to get an hour. I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
These are all things that happen when you're focusing 100% on the job, because now you have time. When they say, can you meet me at 10? Yes. Can you meet me in the city? Yes. Those kinds of things. And then because of my course at Dartmouth, I met with a lady who then introduced me to buyers from Whole Foods. I wouldn't have taken that course because I was working full time. So these are all things that have happened because I wasn't working. Now, as I said, so because of that, when I went to Dartmouth, I definitely expanded my horizon with contacts and other people that were in the same boat as me and also working on their dream. And these people have been such a support system for me. And one of them introduced me to buyers from Whole Foods. And that's how I got into Whole Foods. Aside from that, I've also been able to interview for Cooking Like, which is coming out in October.
That's exciting.
Huge. That's going to be huge. And then I also just had an interview with Agence France Presse, which is going to be, they want to do something online, and also they want to shoot me in Ghana while I go and source my spices. So all these things are coming about, as I said, because I have time for it.
So I saw also on your Instagram that you attended the Culinary School.
Yes,
so how was that, and what was how did you like make your decision to do that?
So when I actually went to Culinary School, I already had my sauces produced. So for me, it was just an affirmation of what I had already done, but then to go to Culinary School and learn the techniques from the masters and learn the basics and learn the theory and learn why instead of just how. That was more important for me as a personal growth. So I would tell anyone that wants to do anything is that you have to invest in yourself. You are your investment. You know, before anybody sees the value in what you're doing, you need to invest in yourself, whether it's knowledge base or training or courses, whatever it is that will make you a better marketable asset to your brand. You need to invest in yourself, and I thought that was something that I needed to invest in myself for my brand, and so that's why I did it. In everyone's life, there's going to be that point in time where you can make that decision. There's going to be that pivotal time where you say, let me take a chance. And when you get to that point in your life, take that chance and give it your 1000%. Because if you don't go at it the way you should, it will also flop, and then it will be like, we told you so. Yeah. So you have to prove whoever is doubting you that if I give this thing my 100%, this is my passion and it's going to do well. There's no easy way to do it. There's no easy way. But I think the best way is to definitely have support, have the network, and have some savings in place. Thank you so much for speaking with me. It was good to see you again. Yes. Wishing you the very, very, very best with Essie Spice. In Jesus' name. We're here. We're supporting you. Absolutely. Obviously. Absolutely. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. Bye.